Hi everyone, Nadia here, and welcome to Friday Spiritual Advocacy. I have one of the twins here home from school with the sniffles, so we're gonna play this by ear. If he comes up, then the conversation may shift. Here on Friday Spiritual Advocacy, you find a safe and a judgment-free space where we work to connect to the truth of what we are. We spiritually advocate for ourselves to ban all attack thoughts that lead to shame, fear, and judgment. When we are not aware of our attack thoughts, we are separated from the truth of what we are, and we're also separated from others. I do believe that the more that we spiritually advocate for ourselves, that systems can change and that the world can become more compassionate, empathetic, and that we can start to have far more trauma-informed responses all over the place. So I want to welcome you home. And I had a theme this week. The theme is embracing joy when in fear. Seeing fear as a gift. Why is it so hard to embrace joy and love sometimes? You see, fear triggers, well, they obviously come from things that scare us. They come from abuse, from attacks, from things that should create our negative mind, our survivalistic nature that has enabled the human race to last for so long. That is legitimate, sometimes and most often needed fear, and that if we are managing it well, we can follow that intuition, put in place proper boundaries or possibly legal measures. But I'm talking about fear when things are good, when joy and love is presented at our doorstep, and it is really hard to feel comfortable in that. Why is it hard to embrace joy and love? I believe that when you are a trauma survivor, having lived in a survival mode for so long, breaking down the disassociation, breaking down all your little ways of staying safe is terrifying. For me personally, I was in a survival mode, since 2012. And to summarize, to give a little bit of history, after an assault and online stalking and exploitation and a ton of public shaming, I attempted to return back to professional work, helping others. My average day was taking care of my children, AA, yoga, and after a lot of exhaustion, I was happy when just nothing bad happened. Before I left my ex-husband, a good day was if, he had not been agitated. If I had succeeded, it meant that he remained content. I had not mentioned my feelings and I had walked around him gracefully. After leaving him 6 years ago, a good day was honestly if I made it through my to-do checklist. I had no tears, hadn't picked up a drink, and lay down in bed and said, I got all these things done. All of my wreckage had been cleared away. I kept myself busy, so busy, so as to not think, to not have, too much time to feel the hole that was within my soul and heart. But then I found Kundalini Yoga, a whole yoga family. And then after that, I found my fellowship. Wreckage gone, my own home, my children, all of it there. Yet was I truly embracing joy? The joyful moments absolutely came in my role as a mother. I ran to that, I'd play, I do it all the time. I am a child. I love to just dive into the blissful, free moments with them. Yet as a woman, separate from the identity as a mother, I really truly hadn't felt joy. When I look back, I ask, did I experience what I call normal things in life? As an individual, not just a mom. Things like walks outside, sitting on the beach and gazing up and looking at the stars, just to look at the stars, making a meal with a friend. I mean, literally just walking publicly and not being afraid that someone was stalking me. What I call normal, I would often watch just people sitting back, having lunch in the middle of the day, chatting, watching football, just normal things. I did that with my children, yet I had not yet figured that out separate from a yoga class or my fellowship. I had not yet really allowed that into my life. Until finally I allowed a relationship. I had a rule for a very long time, and finally, though, I did allow a relationship. I allowed myself to feel joy. I didn't even recognize it. I lived it. Someone showed me that I could laugh, that I could run free outside, not in fear. I gave my whole committed heart and self in every moment for the first time in 2 decades. I was ready, able, and I was in. However, we cannot control another's growth. We cannot control one another's attack thoughts take over. And after allowing myself finally to experience such joy, I was overjoyed to allow an ex to give an amends, to give me a beautiful photo of a railroad. And I shared that with the person I was in a relationship with. And they viewed it as betrayal, and their own fears, their own judgments resulted in the rug being pulled from under me after I had finally allowed love into my life. The cruelty and the degradation, all kinds of things that came in words, was terrifying. In like bliss as a child and running free and joy, from that to the complete opposite of terrorizing words. It was devastating. Yet the universe today is asking me to do the same thing. I know why all of that happened. I know. It helped me to see that I can see fear as a gift, that I can walk through it. So can you. When love and joy are at our doorstep and it triggers us where we want to go back to solitude and isolation, we can set aside time to sit and heal a wound that is blocking us from experiencing the love and joy that we are and that another is. And I did that. Embracing joy when in fear is not easy. This is what it takes. My therapist taught me. 1, is the thought even real? Today I ask, is this safe? Yes, it is. Is it real? Absolutely. The joy and love. She says, remember, there is no fear in the present. Fear is only of the past or of the future. So I can choose to embrace love and joy right here in the present moment. You can choose love and joy over fear. We recognize the fear by recognizing the original wound. And we hold ourselves and we say, I see you. I hear you. I know you are afraid to trust again. But this person, this offering, is nothing but authentic. This is separate from a past hurt and wound. If you can so the first thing, ask yourself, is this thought, is this fear arguing with reality? For me, yes. A fear of a person that is given no reason to doubt them. A fear of a situation that is given no rise to any danger. Means I should be trusting it. My therapist says the times we suffer the most are when we have a thought that argues with reality. How many times in your day are you falling from spiritually advocating for yourself and allowing thoughts that argue with reality? The second thing, find the words to express the fear. If you are triggered by kindness, genuineness, real love, because something in you, your story, your beliefs, has been pulled up and wants attention from you, take time alone to give it that attention. And then find the words to express that fear and that acknowledgement of the original wound to the other. If you can, that is really honestly a true friendship, a true love. The third thing, this is the best part. We have only one obligation in that moment to ourselves and to the other, is to embrace the gift that fear offers of healing. Healing the dark places within you that block your ability, again, to experience the love and innocence that you are and another is. So today, yes, I am embracing joy and love. Tomorrow, yes, I will. Joy is here, love is here, and I choose to embrace it. Even if the rug may be pulled from under me, which I don't believe it will. Even if I am afraid. We can and we deserve to have love and joy in our life. The beauty of all of this work is that it allows me to actually, hopefully, teach my children skills that they can learn when they are in fear. The rug was pulled from under them several times. Whether it was the things that their father and I hadn't yet worked out, and thankfully we've worked out and we co-parent so well. But when there were issues that would rise up, the energy in the house or the energy in the interaction after divorce would create tension in them and it changed the mood. That's the rug being pulled out. Or when there was a relapse in the past, or when there was separation in the past, that was trauma. That was a memory instilled within the little ones, particularly. And so when there is peace and joy and everything is good as it is and has been, triggers will still come up for them. And these are the tools that I can share with them. We can breathe through the fears to feel safe in our body. And then I can remind them, it's okay to be afraid. Tell me more, say more. And then how can I help you? How can I help you feel more secure? Elijah? You want to come here? Elijah wanted to say hello. So please wait a second here.
Yeah.
This is my youngest.
Wait. Huh?
This is Elijah. And we were talking about fear. I was talking about, well, I'm going to ask, how can mommy help you when you are afraid? Okay, oh, he wants to ask me something. Okay, you can ask me anything. What?
What is your fear? What's your biggest fear?